I'm Rob, and this is my wife Molly. Our farm is Amiable Acres. We're working on 20 acres here. We're raising sheep and chickens. We have a cow and some goats, using those for food for our family. We're using the animals and the plants here to try to help build the soil. We offer eggs and chicken meat, lamb meat and wool, honey. We do have some honeybees around, and produce when we've got excess. We do have a customer base for the broiler chickens that are returning customers.
We do kind of on-farm sales with that.
Right, and then we also sometimes go to the hand spinning, hand weaving events in the area to take the wool products. She is a Guernsey, which is one of the A2 gene cows for the milk that's more digestible. They're also known for their milk to be a little more creamy colored because of more keratins in the milk from the grasses and such that they eat.
So you get nice yellow butter and kind of a yellower colored milk.
Yeah, we had a Jersey cross. I'm not sure what the mix was entirely. She was a little bit smaller, but she had some bad feed or sickness or something, and it damaged her somehow that she wouldn't breed anymore.
So we got Betsy last fall, and she was bred when we got her, but she lost her calf, bred her in November. So then we just had her AI'd, so she should calve in November. So far she seems like she's doing good. The Guernseys are well known for their sweet personalities. The Jerseys are a little smaller, so they might be a little easier to handle.
But the Jerseys have been bred more for the industry, and we're starting to find that the teat length for hand milking is too short. These are more optimized in the breeding for milking machines. They seem to be a little bit more fragile than some of the other breeds now because of the breeding that's been done for the industry. This is our version of a mobile chicken shelter like the Chickshaw. I actually was hoping to use this one for meat birds, so I tried to design it extra heavy duty and larger for running in a pasture. Now I'm learning with our new place that there's too many trees, it's too big. But it has extra heavy duty cross X bracing for supporting extra weight like the meat birds would give it, and a peaked roof so that in the winter time, even if I just have it parked somewhere waiting for birds, it won't get collapsed in the snow. I set it up with a door on each side that acts as a ramp, and I can open it up, the lid opening, and it can be latched totally shut for coyote problems, which we had this last year, where they were coming in and pulling a chicken right out of the doorway and taking it off and eating it. But then, since this was originally for meat birds, I had to add some nest boxes here, more like a community nest box, the size of 3 in 1. This feeder I set up with dividers so that it could put in kelp and oyster shell and grit. And if you're interested in seeing the design plans for this or my newer version, come over to amiableacres.com and sign up on our email list, and we'll be able to get those to you.
Targhees and Bluefaced Leicesters. Targhee was our original breed, and then last fall I was gifted a whole bunch of Bluefaced Leicesters from my mom because she moved and her new property is not big enough to hold all the sheep, so she gave them to me because she knows we like to spin and sell the wool and stuff. And they have beautiful wool. This is Ramsey's the Ram, and you can see the Bluefaced kind of have a longer staple length, and they kind of have curly locks. A lot of people like it for needle felting. So like one guy makes Santa Clauses with it with the curly hair and the curly beards and stuff. A lot of people like it for that, and it's really nice to spin also. I haven't actually spun much of it yet because we haven't sheared yet this year. And then the Targhees, they are a dual purpose breed, and they have their wool is a lot like merino. It's very fine, crimpy. It's very elastic though. Even when you crochet with it, it's still stretchy, which is, I really appreciate that. And it's very soft. I make lots of baby items with it because it's so soft.
Or my hat.
Yeah, Rob's hat.
Which breed do you like better for meat?
It's hard to tell because I haven't eaten the Bluefaced yet, but these particular ones get big fast, so it'll be easier to raise meat lambs for for fall butcher. The Targhees have been growing a little slower. I don't know if it's our feed because we moved and the forest pasture isn't as good as what we had before in Hayden. But yeah, I don't know because I haven't actually tried it yet. These are our goats. These are Nubian mostly. We just raise them for milk for our family, and they're good brush eaters and stuff. This is George. He came with the Bluefaced Leicesters. He is death on coyotes. He hates coyotes. He would almost jump the fence to kill them, so we love George. Okay, so when you shear it, you have to skirt it, which is taking all the poop and the dirty stuff off that around the outside, and sometimes they get lots of vegetable matter in their back, so you take all that stuff out. And then you wash it, which is quite an involvement. And then you card it, which is taking like some big combs and kind of scrapes it like this and makes all the fibers go the same direction. And then you spin it, and so this is my wheel made by Hayes Rutherford in Priest Lake. And so then you fill up I'm doing 2-ply. You can do as many plies as you want, or you can do single ply. But I'm doing 2-ply, so I fill up 2 bobbins, and then I bring it back in and spin it together and make 2-ply. So that just spins it up real fast, and basically the wheel does all the work for you. You just let it pull in there. So this is the lazy Kate. You put both your full bobbins on here, and then you can pull it through here, and then run it through there, and then you spin it the opposite direction, and that plies it together. So then you get a plied yarn like this, and you pull it off of the bobbin and you put it onto the nitty knotty, and then you have your big loop of yarn. So then you take it and put it on the yarn swift, and then you can either make it into a regular ball of yarn for knitting or crocheting, or you can run it onto a ball winder like it's for the loom, like we're using today. My first project, it's going to be a scarf. I'm just learning. So this is just a basic pattern, like just over and under, over under, so it's very simple. Oops, sorry. And this is called the beater bar, and that just pushes it together like that. So then I can start So I pull it through, and I leave it up like this so it'll have space to come back even. And this is with like cotton dish towels and stuff, you beat it pretty hard. But this I want it to be a little looser, so I just kind of tap it. I'm gonna push it the other way, tap it again so it really sets it in there good. And then make sure that's okay. So this loom looks really complicated, but it's actually very simple. And I'm still learning how simple it is.
Eat my hat again. Hi. George? Yeah. George and I are friends now. Right, George?